Hi everyone, welcome back to Green Panda. This is our podcast where we talk about saving the planet. I'm Baroka, as you already know it. Of course, nobody's perfect, and trying to live sustainably can feel a bit overwhelming sometimes. That's why we are here, to cut through the greenwashing and talk about the eco-friendly living. You know, no judgment, just honest conversations and easy tips. Let's get started. Today's topic is psychological backgrounds of sustainability. As we know, sustainability is so important today. And we also invited people who will talk about this topic today.
Okay, hi, I'm Lara and I'm from Spain. I want to say I'm an influencer, and let's go ahead and meet the other participants.
Hi, I am Nurcan. I am from Turkey.
Hi, I'm Tuba. I'm from Turkey.
Hello, I'm Malika from Hungary.
Hello, I'm Gül from France.
So I'm so excited to be here because, as I said, I'm an influencer and I can see that the world is changing. Now with all the trends, everyone wants to be eco-friendly. Even the other day, I went to McDonald's and I saw everything was green. Even the lettuce, can you imagine?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but unfortunately, even if people want to support sustainability, they can fall into traps of the greenwashing. It's when the brand uses eco-friendly marketing to hide their massive environmental damage caused by their core businesses. For example, there are their packages could scream like green, eco-friendly, but in reality, it's not certified, and it's not the case of sustainable businesses. Like H&M, for example, they have a lot of recycled packages, recycled, the clothing, but majority of their clothing is just fast fashion, which is not sustainable at all. And before going into sustainability, people, I think, have to check the certifications and deep dive into the brands.
Yes, but I think that transformation starts in the mind. Instead of seeing waste as something useless, we can see it as an opportunity to create something valuable. The same applies to personal growth, learning from mistakes instead of throwing them away.
Exactly. And when people feel connected to nature, they're more likely to protect it. Feelings as such as empathy, responsibility, and hope encourage sustainable behavior and positive emotions. So it can make a real change, even if it's small.
But some people don't do sustainable behavior, and we have to talk about the psychological background behind them. And for example, one way to understand why some people do not sustainable behavior is division of responsibility. Basically, instead, I have to be sustainable, and they might think they can other people reach out to. If they really care, they will text me first or something like that. And basically, division of responsibility is some people also can do that. Why I have to do this? And it creates non-sustainability. It's also cause of the bystander effect. And
I agree with your points. Some people may be influenced by the bystander effect, which makes them feel less responsible to take action. This is called the diffusion of responsibility. People are less likely to help or take action, even when they know something should be done. This can also happen with environmental issues. When people think the governments, companies, or other individuals will solve environmental problems, they may feel less responsible for their own actions. Because of this, they might not recycle, save energy, or reduce plastic use. Even though these small actions can make a difference, maybe.
Can I add one more point? I think the cost also is like one of the important points, because vegetarian, many vegan options of the foods in the markets are really expensive, like compared to like normal food, and yeah, even the sustainable kind of like things are also like more expensive.
Yeah. Well, you have a good point, but also I think our daily habits shape our future. Psychology shows that small repeated actions become automatic. Recycling, reducing plastic use, and saving water may seem insignificant, but over time these habits become part of who you are. So even if we think these actions are small, they are big, and if we do our part, maybe in the future, the companies who have more power than us will see that the people are changing, so we can make a change together.
Okay, and for the end, we also invited Sevde, who is a psychologist. Welcome, Sevde. And we are so curious about your opinion that as a psychologist, how can you see this topic?
Okay, hello. I'm a psychologist, so I can speak of psychological background. Let's take a step back and look at the mirror. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard for us to change our habits even when we know the planet is in danger? There is actually a fascinating psychological side to this. In environmental psychology, we talk about something called cognitive dissonance. It's that uncomfortable feeling you get when your beliefs don't match your actions. Deep down, we love nature, but our fast-paced lives for us to consume mindless. To escape that guilt, our brains choose a defense mechanism. Denial or apathy. We'll tell ourselves, my single plastic bottle won't change anything. But here is eco-psychology truth. Human beings are not separate from nature. We are nature. When we disconnect from the earth, we experience a quite kind of stress, what experts call eco-anxiety. So, sustainability is just an environmental movement. It is a mental health movement. Healing our relationship with the planet is the first step to healing our own minds. Thank you.
Thank you guys that you were listening to us. Hope you enjoyed this Green Panda podcast, and see you later.